There is not much difference between a 5-mark question and a 4-mark question. Both require 2 well-explained points related to the question. The only thing different is that it wants you to show where you're getting your information from, a reference. A reference, or a source of Christian belief, is from the Bible. For Islam, it could be from the Quran or the Hadith. You are not expected to recite perfect quotes from the holy books. Paraphrasing or referencing the parts of the books will be enough to get the extra mark. Paraphrasing is where you write what is said in the Bible or the Quran in your own words. The question we're looking at today is explain 2 Christian teachings about the Incarnation. Refer to sacred writings or another source of Christian belief and teaching in your answer for 5 marks. I will be using 3 colours to help you see where the marks are coming from. The first thing is to understand what the question requires you to do. For these types of questions, it just wants any 2 pieces of information about the keyword that has been chosen. Secondly, we need to know what the word incarnation means. This is why it is important to know keywords, as a 4 and 5 mark questions are centred on them. Incarnation means when Jesus became flesh in human form, so we need 2 pieces of information about Jesus becoming human. And remember sentence structure. Just use the question as a sentence starter. So my first point is that Jesus was both fully human and fully God at the same time. I then need to give a little more information about what this means. This means that he was able to understand what it was like to be fully human and endure the same suffering as we have to face, but he was willing to do it for us. This so far is worth 2 marks. I now need a second point, so I'm going to write about how Jesus was incarnated. My second point is that the incarnation of Jesus wasn't by normal means. Now, to make sure I get the extra mark for reference to scripture, I'm going to tell the examiner where my point is from. So, 2 of the Gospels, Luke and Matthew, explain that the incarnation was brought about by God's power instead of sexual conception. Mary was a virgin, but still produced a child thanks to the power of God. This counts as my explanation, as I'm telling the examiner where the information comes from, but also what the Bible and the Gospels have to say about the incarnation. So you now have a point, an explanation, a point, a reference to scripture, and an explanation for 5 marks.